Hey, I'm Malachi the artist, and if you see my channel, it's just a little channel where I make my art and sing and paint and stuff like that. Then you know about my tiny little company named MF Radio. I used to run it out of my big studio that I had in Mohegan Lake and stuff like that. And the whole premise of what I wanted MF Radio to be was like a multimedia business slash like charity organization. The media part was basically just making making cartoons, making artwork, making literature, making songs, putting those things in consistent rotation, and especially like songs that invoke like creative ideas and protests and social discussions and things of that sort, and then take a portion of all that money and use it to put back into the community, use it to put back into helping people that have mental health issues, people that have like autism, people that were like abused as kids, taking all the art that I make and using it to help the people that went through shitty things that I went through, like as just growing up and stuff like that. That was my plan for what MF Radio was going to be, like taking that art and using it as a catharsis and like a recycling of all the shitty energy and turning it into clean energy for the future and things like that. That's what I wanted to do. And so I was doing that, and keeping my job and consistently creating art and posting everything for about like 4 years. And I was about to start like getting my LLC for my business, and like putting out more and more records every day, when my landlord decided that he was just going to knock down the entire apartment complex, just knock down the entire building. Because my landlord was like, he's like a contractor, but he's also like a millionaire because he's been like a contractor for something like 50 years. Like he's got like buco cash and shit like that. So he wanted to knock down everything so he could open up like a chain of like convenience stores and like a Dunkin' Donuts and things like that. And we were all like, where are we going to live? And he's like, I don't care. So we all got kicked out. So, and it was like me and then like a psychic downstairs and a seamstress and a bunch of all these crazy artists that all lived together. We all got kicked out. And so I found this totally new apartment. And then I remember what it's like to live with people who aren't artists, and that normal people are really, really boring and really like closed down and really locked and single-minded and stuff like that. And I forgot that because I had the privilege of living with a lot of very open-minded, beautiful artists for a long time. And then within a few weeks of just like being at this new place, I realized, nope, I can't do it. Not doing it. Not doing it. I've come too far in the journey of my like abstract, eccentric, like artistic lifestyle, which is the way I want to live, to turn back and go back to like normie existence. I'm not doing that. It's been the greatest joy and pleasure of my life to be an abstract artist and to be as crazy as I am and consistently like being hardworking and creative at the same time. It's been the most amazing part of my existence. I'm not giving that up just to like be part of like a normal way of thinking and existing with other people. I'm not doing that. And I also don't want to like impose on anybody. So I just told my landlord within like a few weeks of being there, like, look, this isn't working. I'll be out by the end of the month. And so I decided to take up all my stuff, put it into storage, and as you can see, got all my stuff in my car. So now I'm gonna be running MF Radio from inside my car and online, and I'm gonna go on an adventure. And so you're gonna see like videos of me turning my car like into a total living space. And since I planned on like taking my music to the city anyway, and I don't gotta worry about paying rent, I'm just gonna spend all my time just going to the city and playing music there. I'm gonna make connections. I'm gonna make friends. I'm gonna play songs and busk, and then I'm gonna come back up here to Westchester to fucking work, and then I'm gonna go back down to the city to work even more. And then I'm just gonna keep playing songs. I'm gonna keep writing new things until eventually people just notice, like, oh hey, that's that guy. Cool. And then I'm just gonna use all that money to just put back into the community, back into um, back into ideas that like I support and things I feel passionately about helping people with and stuff. And that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm not gonna let anybody stop me. I'm gonna really do this fucking hard mountain climb of a journey that I'm about to be on. I'm gonna work like I'm already working like 60 hours a week. So I'm gonna work 60 hours a week. I'm gonna live in my car. I'm gonna fucking jam fucking rock and roll in the fucking city. I'm gonna travel all of New York. And hopefully if you watch my channel, you're gonna see me do it. I'm gonna go from upstate New York to fucking downtown in the city, all the way up to fucking Albany. I'm gonna travel the entire thing of New York, and I'm gonna fucking review things as I go up and down. And so I'm gonna turn this living in my car thing that seems like a setback. I'm gonna turn it into the most fucking awesome adventure of my existence, and you're gonna be right there watching me do it. So, from MF Radio, here we go. Here's another adventure. I love y'all. Thank y'all for sticking around.